Just set up the studio. So it's a grand night. And what's so grand about it? Many things. It's actually not too bad here. It's a little warm. And the moderator tonight is... Oh, she's muted. Anyways, Miss Amy is here to take all of the... What do you call it? All of the emails if you have questions. I cannot seem to get to my one room. It's brilliant. And this is all good. Okay, so we're just got to, gather and wait. And what do we want to tell people? Looks like we already have a few people here. That's awesome. Hi, how are you? Hi, Hannah. Hi, Betty. Kimmy, wonderful. Remember, if you want a free read, the best thing to do is quickly send it into the email. Why? Because then I know you're serious. I've had so many things where people want, I bet it's cold there. People want a reading and then they beg for it, and I go and give them attention and they're gone. Well, Kimmy, I can see. Hi, Kimmy. So what we do is that usually Spirit will talk for the first 20 minutes or so and gives you that spiritual insight if you're growing. If you're a type of person that do not like hell and you want to get out of it, then that's what we do is I help you see and hear what Spirit does and how you can listen to your soul and how you can wake up from this matrix. The other part is during that time I'm talking, we begin to gather emails and you can ask your question. This way that the feedback between the 30 seconds to a minute, I'm not wasting time waiting for the feedback. I just have to go up to Amy, ask her if there's any, and then we go from there. So you can ask your question. You get 1 minute free, 1 minute free, and that's up to you how you want it. Ooh, Spirit just switched 6 a.m. in Florida. Yeah. So it's about 9 p.m. here in South Australia. Amy, it is 4:30, right? Something's wrong with your audio, Aim. Can't quite hear you again.
We're 33 right now.
All we got was 33.
It's 4:33.
Gotcha. Okay. So some of you may not have heard, but Amy is the moderator tonight. So she's the one that's checking the emails. And if you want a paid reading, which means you get 6 minutes of my time, you get more of it if you come on to the video. If you have Zoom, you can come into the room, and this is what it'll look like right here. So there's Amy. Hi, Amy. And you would be sitting next to me, but the windows would be a little smaller. Let's say you want to call in, but you don't want video. That's fine. Then I go ahead and I put it in this position and I leave it for you so me and you can see, but nobody else sees it. Right now, you do not see Amy. And that is 2 options. 1, so I can hear your voice, so you can call in. And 2, it's better if you have the video. That way you're helping and other souls to heal faster. That's the beauty of it all. Spirit has been saying that there's a lot of dreaming going on and a lot of perception waking up. Now, here's the problem, is that as you're learning how to get out of victim mode and to use your empathy to get into understanding, what happens when you have tragic events that you don't remember and your ego has and your subconscious mind have, oh my God, you can't mentally handle this. It stores it. And what happens is that the thought processing. Many of you got caught in the loops, and loops are hells. Hells are the aspects of you that have not been able to stop the monkey mind of the mental thoughts, to stop the emotions of overwhelm and stress. You want to always be in the fight, flight, freeze. What happens is this. Here you are, happy as a lark. Something bad happens, You're unable to process. You're unable to cope, manage, deal, pacify. When something very scary happens, you've got to understand you need a coping tool. Okay? You need a coping tool. When you don't have a coping tool, your thoughts are going to go crazy. The emotions are going crazy. Now, if you rehearsed in your mind over and over and think it through and oh my God, okay, you delete, distort, and generalize. Okay, it's got to be this. You're starting to pinpoint. And if you're doing it just in ego, you're going to be in more of the victim mode. The more that your energy is going to be put away, the more you're going to finger point, the more you're separating yourself from your heart and your gut intuition and from spirit. And this is where everything is uncertainty and everything is, oh my God, something bad's going to happen. The impending doom, the paranoia. This is when your energies and your body just, woof. Well, Spirit has told me and showed me how to gather and heal into balance and to allow you to not have to run to your hells and run to the end of your timeline and run into old habit. But it's the thoughts, hey, I keep going back to that. And my job is to help you connect those dots and not just connect them, but to actually use a healing tool to help you resolve out those emotions. Now, those emotions are a chemical peptide and they lock into your body. The best way to do this is to share away, get more people to come to the show so that we can really provide a service to make movement. The movement I want to empower you. I want to be able to have you understand that no matter what's going on, you are going to have the ability to heal yourself, and that's going to be okay again. To get out of stress mode. And the tough part is that when you are in stress mode, you feel alone, disconnected. And that's including disconnected from source, disconnected from your fellow man, because maybe it is the opposite. It's another person that has hurt you. We don't know what we do with our energies. We either expand it and rage and rebel, or we shrink it and then hide and not know what to do with it. Okay, it's just very devastating. I think it's time for all of us to get our power back. And I'm not talking about power so that you can be taking over the world. I'm talking about your personal life force power that helps you create happiness and joy. Too many of us have really been destroying ourselves because we don't know what to do. We haven't been able to pass on to our children the healing tools. Spirit keeps telling me, okay, what if you're stranded? What happens? Are you going to go inward, or are you going to look outward and cry and just die? Or are you going to go look inward and then you're going to let Spirit guide you? Are you going to be able to do this to the point where all of a sudden you start attracting and manifesting help, manifesting a solution, manifesting the ability to create something out of nothing? And I'm not talking, oops, there, I needed a screwdriver there. No. Spirit will start putting the people in the right places. Things will start to appear that you didn't think before, because before stress never allowed it. I hope you guys are getting this. You have an innate intelligence inside your body. And if you don't think you do, I want you to just do this. How did you do that? You didn't command all the nerves and muscles, the blood and the ligaments and the joints and all. You didn't do that. And intelligence did that. But we're also the programmer. And what we can't seem to let go of will become stored in our body. Hello to YouTube land. And hello to you at Medicine Woman Soultion. Welcome. Understand, I have 3 rooms running at once. If you're serious about wanting a reading and healing or whatever it is, understand that we're collecting emails right now so that the time lapse, the delay, by the time I get to ask you and talk to you, and you finally get to acknowledge, can be up to almost 2 minutes, if not more. And that it eats up the show. And I need to just keep things rolling. If you want a healing, that's 6 minutes for $11. And you can have something if you want it. We can help you heal. We can help you. There's been, was it yesterday's show? A couple people were feeling overwhelmed, shaky. And just by them knowing where to put their hands, they can become their own healer. They kicked in their own innate healing. And just me guiding them help them to help their body release all of those emotions. And before you know it, the emotions, the stress calm down, the chemical peptide calms down, clarity starts to return, your thoughts become more neutral. And you're like, okay, yeah, I got this. And what you're doing is your life starts to make sense again. That's what happens. But I've noticed that perceptions, because we have a kaleidoscope of life, there are many perceptions on this kaleidoscope. And hopefully you know what a kaleidoscope is. And the thing about these is that they're perspectives. If you were from the old days, then you had the focus that, oh, we have to work, we have to do the next logical step. Okay, you're a child, you start to grow up, you're going to have your teenage years. Then you're supposed to, be in school, get good grades. You have to be a good person. And they sound all like chores. And then you have to go to college, and then you're supposed to get a job, and then get married and have kids. And then you work until you retire, and then you retire, and then you die. But where's the living? Where's the thriving? Where is all of that? Okay. Where is all that? Again, Lucy, if you're really serious about it, you'll just email. Oh, okay, hold on. Something happened to Amy. There she goes. Okay. Now, it's all about growing and being. Now, some of you may not understand what I'm talking about, but you got to understand why I'm here. It's about talking. It's about helping you wake up from why you're even here and asking for a reading. Why are you asking for that reading? What is it that you're unsure of? What emotion seems to be controlling the thing? No. Okay, so understand. Seems to be people are a little confused about this whole thing. I guess I'll skip talking. Who needs to hear spirit anyway? Amy, has anybody bothered to email?
Just a second.
Well, that's not going to help. Not you. The picture was not working.
I've got 2, actually.
All right, give me the first one. People want to see what happens? You get the reading on the show. Catherine.
And can you tell if my twin is real?
Real or alive? Twin is in twin flame, or a twin that you had and there's another doppelganger twin, or a twin that came out of the same womb? See, now now we have to wait. Because there's so many different energies of this. Spirit, once you have more clarity on this, the more it gets to be more. If you're talking about relationship, and they said, is my twin alive or twin what? Twin flame, gotcha. Okay, so bear with me, ready? First, I hope you understand what a twin flame is. I'm not going to talk about it now. The card that came up says in the next few months, but I'm not seeing that you're going to see them. What I'm seeing is the entanglement cord that comes from everybody. Is yours is going to be twanged. There'll be a part of you that will begin to, wait, what? Something, you won't quite know. And I think it's already twanged once. And so maybe that's why you're asking that question. You're going to be vibrating like a magnet to where you'll come a little bit closer. I talked to my twin flame and didn't realize he was my twin until the progression of what path we needed to be on. And once I started to put closure to things, started moving in the direction I needed to, then all of a sudden it was revealed to me. So, what about it? They said you're going to have great success about it. So I guess your answer is yes. Who's the next one?
Kim Vance. Hello, can I please have some guidance?
Okay, so there's guidance. So there's many ways I can take this. You can have your natural card guidance, or you can work on some stuff that's going on. For instance, the guidance that you have, if it is stress, immediately they're going, now see, I'm using a pendulum. I have my paper and my protocol sheets. And one of the things they said is that you want guidance, but I feel that there is a lot of egoic people around you that are not quite awake. And what happens is you are beginning to feel attacked by the way they think and feel. When that occurs, you got to understand you are awakening, because as you start to do your spirituality, you got to learn to have fun. Literally learn how to have fun with spirituality. And it can get a little dirty and messy when you have to get to the deep shit. But the guidance that they're referring to is that as you begin to have more fun, you're going to be guided. I just shuffled. You arguing with yourself. I got the card again. Have fun. You're having issues because it came up in reverse this time. You're having issues of what it means to have fun. They want you to address it. And I say, well, what do you even mean by that? And they said, well, when you are with people, some of them treat you like an it, like you're an object, like, dismiss you, invalidate you. And you're not sure, but you keep being devoted to certain people. And they're saying, no, you need to wake up. You need to wake up and find out that there is more to me. And then you need to discover it, because you're so used to hearing criticism, they said, that it actually makes it hard for you to know the difference. It's hard for you to know the difference between feedback and help, because some people's intentions get in the way. Okay? Well, hey, Sam, how you doing, dear? Oh, my, what's happening with your life? Thank you. So I just called me a pretty lady. Oh, well, I hope that everything's going well. It's been a while since we've talked. Yeah, I haven't been doing the nighttime in a very long time. Kimmy says, very true. Okay. And Catherine says, Brenda, I think you're feeling my energy. Well, let me tell you how I do it. You're a mirror. Mirrors of life. And I'm looking at a mirror. I'm looking at one aspect of myself in the mirror. I'm looking at all of the cords. These are entanglement cords. These are cords that are attached to times, dates. Okay? I'm looking at, like when I think of Catherine, something a 2-year-old, your 2-year-old self, how you started to treat yourself. When all this stuff was happening, you looked at yourself. Maybe you had to cut out fun. We don't know. I mean, we could dig. Part of you's gone to being different. But I get to read those chords. I get to read the emotions. Where did you get stuck? How did you not allow yourself to get past the rest of development? What needs to be uncovered that you don't know is unconscious that needs to be seen? So I see all these chords. I see all these colors. I see them all. You are just a mirror to me, because you are an aspect of my soul. And when I can help you, it is giving you the information, giving you healing tools. You don't have to be stuck in that. You can wake up further. Okay? Okay, very good. Catherine says, it's hard for me to know the difference. And that's one of the things that's strange about it, because when you don't know the difference, this is where you are beginning to wake up. And sometimes, like indifference, you think, that's not an emotion. Yes, it is. And that indifference makes it so that you can't tell the difference. As you wake up, you're like, you didn't want to know the difference. They're saying that it goes back. This has now just been a habit. And as you're trying to break those habits, it's going to keep happening again and again and again. And that's where the loop, as I was saying in the beginning of the show, it loops. Okay, any other emails?
Yep. Trudy?
Trudy! Hello, Trudy.
Was wondering, she's on your phone. I was wondering if you have any pointers for getting over my husband leaving without warning and moving in with someone else 3 months later. I feel stuck and that I will never be happy again.
Oh, Trudy, Trudy, Trudy. I wish that you could call, get on the show, because that would be a good thing to get rid of. But there's lots you can do. Huh?
I highly suggest you do, Trudy.
And you do private readings. I can do those too. But let me tell you what's happening. I can give you the tools, but if you can't experience them, won't understand the value and you won't use them. I will tell you, when my boyfriend died, I wished I would have had them. But I had them when my family members died. I had it when I had gotten a divorce. I used all the tools to help me get through such major events in my life. And let me tell you what they do. They give you clarity. They give you a little bit more hope. Okay, so all I can tell you at this point, I want you to put your hand on your forehead. This doesn't get to the roots. It doesn't change a lot of the energy cords. But what it can do is it can help calm down the chemical peptide that's being very active right now. And I want you to sit back and just think about it. And you're like, oh my God, and it's overwhelming. Fine, put overwhelming on the scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, and notice your breathing. So if you can start to breathe in the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're breathing in and then you're breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not asking you to think positive. I'm saying keep your hand there and just allow yourself to be in the hells, because if you don't use a tool while you're thinking in your hells, you're only going to fire and wire and lay down tracks, so you have to be more and more in hell. I'm telling you to use a tool. Now, we have a ton of free healing tools on my website. You're more than welcome to use those to help you. But this one here is the Oh My God tool. This one is an amazing tool all by itself. This here is the Oh My God points. They are the neurovasculars. And what happens is that when you go into fight, flight, freeze, your frontal lobe that creates reality is stressed out. 80% of the blood leaves because it has to go into fight, flight, freeze. I have to prepare to fight. I have to be prepared to run. And these are very old instincts. What does this do? You're touching this point, you're touching the hairline, and you're touching this point here. Neurovascular means the blood will pump. You are an electromagnetic being. You are a healing tool and you don't even know it. I would like you to put your hand up here. I want you to hold this point. I want you to hold it just like this. Why? I want you to be able to allow yourself just to, okay, I'm going to be in my hells. Don't think positive. I'm going to be in my hells. Oh. And eventually the thoughts will start to, and then your blood comes back up. And then the emotion that was so starts to, and a little bit more clarity. You stay with it. You stay with it. And you feel like it's shifted. You can do that to every emotion. Every particular part of you can change. You do not have to be victim But you can move into the next aspect of yourself to get to the understanding, but you can't do it unless you get parts of you going and balancing, and you can. So we have a Catherine Blackman that is ready. Now let's see. Do you want, where is this person? That Catherine, are you Catherine on there? I'm not sure. I know it just came in as Blackman. Let me see if I can open it wider. If it'll cooperate. Okay. So you have a choice. I would prefer you to come on so that you can heal it out quicker and you get your money's worth. Or we can do it like this, but that's your call. That is your call. You can't? Let's see. I'd like an intuitive reading. Okay, I can't download Zoom right now. Okay, gotcha. So all right, so we want to do it like this. And so you would like, so now understand, I'm not going to use this as a weapon. I will help you understand why you separated or why that's happening. Because if you really want someone back in your life, you have to understand why your soul is going through the process that it is. Okay? She is ill and angry. Because if I give you certain information, I have seen people, not saying you are, go after them and say, oh, so you're overwhelmed, are you? Well, so am I. And so it's important to understand. So if I'm going to give this reading, and I would prefer if we could talk, but I will ask Spirit. I'm not going to give you a deep reading. That I know would give you a ton. I'm going to give Spirit a chance to talk in a different way. Spirit, I want you to give Catherine what it is that you see fit to give. What is she asking for? And there's the card. In this case, we're here. Oh, that's an interesting thing. What do you mean we're here? So you're saying this is about her. Yes. You're would you say Ursula, I think you said? This is about her. We're here. You mean that she's starting? No. Wait a minute. So I'm looking at her. Can I see her energies on her? You two have a lot of energies that you have exchanged quite a bit, that you have not reclaimed yourself. If I had you in front of me, I bet you if I muscle tested you and asked you to say your name, you wouldn't be Catherine, and she would not be her. There's a part of you that have taken on those different energies. And you have to start reclaiming your power. But when you constantly are thinking about somebody, that can happen. So I'm looking at this, and they said that who has it? Both? Her? No. So does she put off a message that says fuck off? Or does she say, leave me alone? Does she, it's that broadcast message that she's trying to send out. What is that? Because it's like came over and it has hit you. Okay? It has hit you. So if you know, has she shown that she's displayed that she's angry? Oh wait, you might have said that. Hold on. She's ill and angry. Okay. What? So we have to clean up the energy and guidance, but where would it lead you? Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Where would it lead you and to clean it up? Part of that, I don't know what kind of illness. Tell me what type of illness does she have? It's always my fault. Ooh, ow. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so you took that in. That's why I kept hearing it's transforming you, not in a healthy way. Okay, hold on now. Where are you holding that at? Believe it or not, it goes into, you may display, I can't figure it out. Literally, if you think anger is emotion, take and try to say, can't figure it out. That is actually like a symptom, but it's actually emotion. Because you're like, oh, you can feel how you can't figure it out. I keep losing sound and getting, oh, that's not good. Okay, so literally it's now my head hurts. Hold on. This is what you did, Catherine. I think this is what you did at 2 years old. Is this a pattern that you see? Did you feel like it was always your fault, taking the blame when you were a little girl? Understand, whatever your relationship is now has been created when you were inside the womb up to the age of 7. Okay? Would you say that when you were growing up, there was a lot of ego energy, people's ego's persona? I am a caregiver, nurse. Oh, okay. Military and hold on. Come on, Seymour. Come on, give it to me. Lower immunity, and her mind is confused. I'm trying to be empathetic yet. Oh. Okay. All right, I got to get you to hear me. She's showing up to you the way that your little girl, your inner child, is expecting. She expects it. She's expecting, this is what's happened when I was a little girl, and this is what you did to yourself, is that you have to take the blame, to the point you've actually created proof. So if we look at it's not even just the broadcast, it's what you do to yourself. So do you feel bad about it? Have you taken all that blame? Because again, they're saying that you have got to get out of that part of yourself. This emotional instability makes it so that it's very hard to mesh you two back together if you're supposed to be together. Do you understand? Let me ask, is she supposed to be back into your world? Not at this time, because action needs to be taken. What kind of action? From Catherine? Yes, because she needs to get out of panic. And when you've panicked, you created a disconnect, which means you also disconnect from others. And it's not that you want to, it's just the way the body's functioning. And what happens then is that your heart then goes into not knowing how to be empathetic. So it goes into that lack of emotion. Catherine, you could do a healing. You are so worth doing a healing. Because your thoughts are very rapid right now. Your security is threatened. You just don't know what to do. And you feel attacked as you're trying to resolve. I want you to just put your hand up here as well. I would give you a hope therapy point, but I don't know if we can do it from a distance. So just kind of learn to breathe and to balance your head. Balance your head, okay? Because you don't need this abuse to yourself. You don't realize it is, people. You don't realize what's happening. What can we do for her? She's not going to do it because of that ego. But this is the biggest one that'd help. Yes. Give her more direction. What do you want her to think about? Okay, let me ask you, Catherine, do you feel like you can't make a decision? Do you feel indecisive? Because if you do, then we'll give you a little bit more direction of where to go. Okay? So we'll wait just a second and see what's happening. One thing they said, I'll just give it a little longer. They said that when you see erratic behavior, when you see it, it's not when you do it. No, it's when you see it, your body goes into, like, for instance, when I see people do erratic behavior, I'm like, okay. And I know that they're in a state and they can't calm down. I'm like, okay, yep, I've learned. Okay. And I'll end up backing away. And it's just part of my thing that I had done. Now I've healed. I'm a lot better, because before I would just immediately take the blame and I would be all over the place. Okay. So that's because when they're erratic, they're in high beta, meaning their thoughts don't calm down. That blood is not in their forebrain properly. And so there's not enough. So they have to go into the first three chakras, which is to fight, flight, freeze. And, something's wrong with stability. Something's wrong with my security. Something's wrong with my safety, which means they have to cover up the heart, because there's no way in hell I can be vulnerable. Okay? So you have to allow yourself. Caught between leaving and staying for her and the family. Oh, wow. I know I need peace and separation from a healthy mentality. Yeah, you need. Okay, before you. Okay. I wouldn't. Okay. Would you say, should you go? No, because, okay. If you left, let me tell you what would happen. You'd take your baggage and you would take it with you. Some people think, okay, that's how I'll work things out. But I'm telling you, if you were, would you do it? I want you to do one thing for me. Hold up your left hand. I want you to look where the thumb is right here. If you're over by the pinky, slide it across. Put your thumb there. Put your pointer finger there. Wrap it around. You're going to push your thumb in. You're going to turn it. And you're going to place it here. What you're feeling right now, you put that on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, oh my God, whatever it is. And you let those thoughts, those negative thoughts, those feelings, the stress, all of it. Don't let go. Keep your hand there. Okay? Keep it there. Don't go up here. Keep your hand here. Okay? Stay there. Feel it. Measure it. It's a 10. And then it'll begin to come down on its own. You'll be able to feel the shifts. You'll be able to notice the thoughts are not as eradicated. And if you're not sure, you write down what you're thinking, that first line. And when you stay there long enough and breathe, you're going to notice that your thoughts are changing. You're going to notice that your emotions have calmed down. Does this make sense? I want to see success. I want you to be able to feel happy again. Okay, Ames.
Okay, I gotta get back there.
All right, so you can do this, Catherine. I know you can. You can do this.
Jackie Patterson.
Hi, Jackie. How are you, dear? What's she got to say?
I would love a reading, please.
Okay.
And the email came through at 444.
Okay, Jackie. Now they're filling me in real quick. They're saying what they're doing is they're realigning. They're saying that between 7 and 9 p.m., there was some type of incident probably about 4 days ago. You picked up some resonant energy, meaning somebody broadcasted something out and you felt it. Did you feel like it penetrated through you or stuck inside of you? Because they're saying, this is the most specific I've seen. They said that it also stirs up this like panic. And it's like, I can't explain it. It's like, it reminds me of under the rib cage, but then it feels like it's not quite in my chest. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. But they said it's there. It's there. And I'm going to tell you, hold L1D. You too, Miss Jackie. L1D. Okay. Get whatever. If you can recognize what I'm saying, get it out. If not, we got a good special here, 6 minutes for $11, and you can come on and we can help you. So, Amy. Anybody else?
Maria. Watching your live feed and hoping to get some guidance. Lots has happened over the last 3 years, from financial health, relationship issues, and spiritual awakening stops.
Oh, okay. So that means spiritual awakenings. Okay. Anything else? What?
I'm open to what you have for me. Blessings, Maria.
All right, Maria. Now understand, I'm going to look at it as if you know that you're awake and you're like, oh, I need to heal what I'm attached to. If I can heal what I'm attached to and get it out, guess what? Your inner world will change, and so will your outer world for your favor. The thing that's causing the financial, the relationships. So they're talking about one thing very specific right now. And they said, okay, we're going to talk about it. It means that there could be more. It may not be as bad as you think, but they said it changed the scalar energy in the field, which means the ionization in the field. And as I'm looking, I said, okay, tell me what that one thing is. And they said it was about, really? You've seen it? Okay. The word is self-justification. It's justifying why you have to do something. But I think on the kaleidoscope, I think you've seen people do it. I think you've heard yourself do it. And I feel like that people are like, you better justify yourself, girl. It's like, wait, what? And I feel like that is one of your key words. I would look up self-justification. I would then begin to notice the definition, and you'll feel when it strikes. It'll feel this familiarity, the twang. And that is what you focus on when you measure the feeling. And they said you can get it down to 0. You don't have to feel it, because there's a certain sense of panic. Oh, and interesting enough, I feel like it's in the back of my head or my ear area. It is a very strange sensation, and then it goes down my shoulder. So I don't know if you have problems lifting things, but all of a sudden I just feel like I've got nothing in this arm. Do you have to carry the weight on your shoulder? That's what I'm curious about. All right, anybody else? Hey, Amber.
Not yet.
Okay. No. I think it's important. See, like over here, somebody begged for a reading, and I know they're gone. So I will just ask, Lucy, are you still here or have you left? Did you come back? Oh, Maria says, yes, I do. Okay, so that makes sense to you then. Okay, heal it, girl. Don't just take the words. You go farther. Go farther. On my website, medicinewomansolution.weebly.com has, under healing tools, has a ton of healing tools. You may not understand the value on it, but if you just start with couple, you may end up having more than you can imagine. This self-justification, you're breaking out of that matrix of that paradigm, and you haven't gotten to see all of why it works, why some people use it, why some people do it in that fashion, and you can break it. What do you mean, Maria? What do you mean, how, sweetie? That's to what? Amber says, hello. We're doing awesome. And if you're new to any of the rooms, understand, as I'm helping others and you want to make sure you get a reading, then you email me here. You can see that. I don't even know if you can see that in that one window. No, you may not.
Minute on me.
You
can do a 1 minute on me.
Okay. Well, I was trying to figure out what Maria said. She said how, and I don't know, because that delay makes it so tough sometimes to comprehend. Okay, so with Amy, they said that you're pretty much aware of the self-abuse you do over and over. You haven't quite woke up all the way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't. So that means that you can identify it, you can see it, but you haven't really allowed yourself to bring what's unconscious to the surface because it's going to look ugly. At least that's what you just told me. You're afraid it's going to look really ugly. And you're shaking your head, yes. So apparently you know what I'm talking about. Can you explain why you feel you have self-abuse? And what is it that abuse that you do? Can you tell us?
I bitch in my head all the time.
All right. I want you guys to understand. Amy, will you come on?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to see Miss Amy. She is a lovely woman that is moving and waking up, and it's just taking this next step of who she is. That she's also a student in class, and so she'll get it, but she can only get to the top surface, and that's because sometimes she can only give me like one sentence instead of going deeper or seeing the connections. So she's getting there. And one of the things that we've talked about before is, she does self-abuse, and yet has she completely addressed it? Self-abuse in this case is defined as what, Amy?
As berating yourself. The words are right there, but they aren't coming out.
So why do you feel like you have to condemn yourself? Whose voice is that, really? Pick a subject.
My mom.
Okay, now we love our mommies, and she's right here. She wants me to touch my hair or my lips, but being that she's on the other side, she goes, I know soulfully why we came together. She says, I want you to heal. So she's really into this, and she doesn't want you to think, I don't care what anybody says. I know, because I can feel it. She says, I know that this is what life's about. I get it. And I need you to get past this because I want you to see you grow. That's funny because she says she feels like she needs to justify the thoughts you put in your head that you think that she thinks. Even though some of them sound like her and some of them did come out of her mouth, there are some that you've come up with. Is that the case?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't watched Illusions, see if you can get your hand on that movie with Kirk Douglas, Illusions. Because the boy never meets his father, but he thinks, this is what my father thinks of me. And his father is dying. And he's watching it through the movie screen. And he's going, but I would never say that. And that the thing is because he never allowed himself to be in his life, he cannot defend himself. But why do we have these people in our head? Okay. What did she say the most about what is the topic you do when you say these things to yourself?
A lot of times it's, where did my pretty girl go?
Okay. Give me an example. Was there a lot of heartache with that? Was she trying to get you to behave?
Yep.
What? Not you. Hold on. What? Did you think that she was whispering behind your back to her friends or saying it really out loud in front of the beauty salon?
I probably did.
Did she know that she was doing it, for your benefit? Really? Hold on. Back in that era, it was, how do you toughen up your kid?
Mm-hmm.
What? It's something that we did because we didn't believe in you because of what we saw. We didn't know how to really support. She was, I can totally see how I effed up now. And she's like, oh, no, I don't know if she didn't swear or not, because she would just go,
I know.
Okay, that's why she went like this.
If she said shit, it was like,
again,
to an end.
She says, I held you to such standards that, yeah, you're definitely from a different era, she said. And so she's definitely seen how everybody's from a different era, but her to give her experiences that she learned onto you in a different era wasn't really appropriate because that energy was so different.
Mm-hmm.
She says, in our household, oh, your dad's here. Our house, just back away. The household was not a pretty one you keep imagining in your head.
No, it wasn't. And I'm scared to go there.
Yes, and they said, don't worry, we're here one step at a time. But the reason you don't allow yourself to go there, so they said, because that's why you do self-abuse, is because you don't want to smash your world of what we look like. She says, but deep down inside, you're the little girl that's crying, wanting a hug. We have a chance to be with you now. I know, she goes, I know we're non-fleshies, but we don't know how else to. She points out again, she goes, I know that we have a second chance. It's not quite a do-over, but it's like a second chance. She says, I want this gotcha moment to be a new gotcha. You always got a present. She was adopted, and so they would call it coming home, or other people would call it the gotcha moment. We don't want you to come home. That's why this is a gotcha moment. We just want you to find your home inside. Why is there a lot of amber? Did she like amber colors? It is weird. I don't know. She showed me a Jurassic Park. Was she around for I know. Was she around for Jurassic Park?
Yeah, but she wouldn't have watched it.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what this is. She says there's a lot of, okay, so you show, what's the mosquito and its history? Hold on, it's history. So there's a lot of DNA. Ooh, yes. Thank you. She's like, ding, ding, ding. Oh, charades, I'll tell you. She says, in the DNA, even though you're not our whatever kid, you do what we all did, and that is to have unrequited love. You can't really be loved back because none of them really felt like they were loved back. She says, so you're not alone. We all faked it really well.
Mm-hmm.
But none of us really knew how to open our heart.
I think they were scared too.
Well, yeah. Why would you want? Okay. Shh. Oh, the kids are here too. When you give your all to something you love and adore, and then it's snatched from you,
mm-hmm.
Why would you want to open up your heart even further? She says, I had it all wrong. I had it all wrong. I wasn't even grateful for the moment that I had it all. I was so scared of losing it. All I focused on was scared of losing it. And then I yearned and longed for my babies that already were gone. I keep killing myself over and over. Oh, and she just showed me what happened to the daughter. She says, I couldn't get that out of my head. So I could never be fully present with you. Well, see, that would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
She showed me, she says, my mind wouldn't stop. I don't care how much I stored it, it wouldn't stop. Why do you think I had breathing issues? She goes, just take this gift and start knowing that you can look at the pain and heal the pain. When I said that to you, what did it really mean? What did you hear? Where did my baby girl gone? Did you part of you believe it was to the sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just felt, she goes, yeah. She goes, she just realized, oh, my arm's gone numb. Wow, she's, I know she's on the other side, but she's trying to show me a self-realization that she had. Okay, so what did you equate it to? Did you equate it to what? How did you disappear, honey? This is me talking. How did you disappear? What made you think? What was she saying that? Why was she saying that to you?
Because I gained so much weight.
Oh, so it's just physical. Did she ever say you guys looked alike? Or
There, I've got pictures of my sister, and yeah, I mean, there's sort of a resemblance.
So
but
did you want to put on weight so that you could really be distinctly different?
I think so.
Okay. So now I'm looking at this. Just give me a second. You felt her judgment. Did she feel like she had wounded pride? She's pointing to herself, and she's pointing to the word wounded pride and a lot of arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
Did she have a lot of arrogance? She says, I use that to cover up the pain.
Yeah.
And she says, and when I looked at you, I felt sorry for you. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. In my mind, you weren't going to make it anywhere because you have to be pretty. She says, just a minute. Her era is about you have to be pretty. Her salon was all about to be pretty. And you can't get a guy unless you're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She says, my era was all about I have to make sure that if I said anything about, let's say you had greasy hair and you didn't take a shower. I thought if I said something in a certain way, you would actually begin to care about yourself. I didn't know it was going to drive you farther. Do you know what I mean by toughen you up? Mm-hmm. If I pointed out the obvious, hey, Amy, you look like you gained 20 pounds, or criticize you in a certain way, I really thought you would then go and say, hey, I'm going to do something about it. I didn't know it was going to cause pain. She goes, honest to God, I didn't. Because we were used to, tell her about the heart. Yeah. Certain chakras were not open. So you couldn't have empathy. You couldn't have that way. And in certain eras, and she's, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm trying to help you understand. You chose to come into that era. What? Because you wanted a voice. Now she's pointing to, she says, you wanted a voice, you want to learn about choice, and you wanted to learn to stand up and be heard. She says, but you didn't know how to do that because you were stuck on the fact that you were not wanted. Not by us. We displayed it. You felt it. But it started before that.
Mm-hmm.
So you do self-abuse because there's a fair amount of anxiety of being disdained and it hurt because of the arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I want you to look at that, and I want you to cry, and I want you to be the little girl. And I want you to go in and mother that little girl like I didn't mother you properly. She's literally, she's like, she can do this. I know she can. She says, because I didn't teach you how to have worth. I thought I was, but all you heard was worthless. I know. She's like, okay. She wants you to L2S and then R1D. Okay. So now tell everybody how you feel, sweetheart. Just, you're trying to hold back from crying, I can tell. And just know you got the family over there rooting for you. Or well, you know what that means in South Australia. That sounds like something different. We're over here cheering you on.
What were points again?
L2S and then R1D. When you just begin to do R1D, I want you to feel like you have remorse for being fat. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. Or I shouldn't have came in this world. Or I shouldn't have said what I did. Or I shouldn't have fought back. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of remorse on your end, and that's another reason why it hooks into the thoughts.
Okay.
But when it comes to the L2S, it's about how you spin out. As soon as you begin to, she says, it's like you knew I was going to say something, and you started to spin out before. She's saying that the fresh memory for me, because we talked about it, she's pointing out the car accident. Remember you went on a back road or something?
Oh, yeah.
She says, and her reaction was not that loving, per se. Okay. Now, see, you can laugh it off, but she's looking at it going, I hurt you. But I understand why I hurt you, because I could not open that heart, because if you're going to die, fine, just get it over with, because I can't handle another one dying on me.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way she could fight back her tears, fight back those thoughts, was to be cold. At this point, you would have been the third one if that was the case, right? Fourth child?
She had a miscarriage too.
Okay. That's why I didn't understand what she said. That makes a lot of sense. But look at you. You just wanted love. All right. So she said, just focus on the spinning out. Focus on the remorse that you should have done. What you do is you do the should have. There's not enough toilet paper to clean up all that shoulds, you know.
No, there's not.
You know, a lot of shoulds. Okay. All right. Don't mean to do that to you. Okay. So let's get back to, recenter. Now, normally I would have her heal, but I think she needs a time alone. And so thank you very much for being open. Much appreciative.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so where are we at on people?
There is a page.
Oh, excellent. Oh, gotta log back in to find you. Hold on.
My triple orber's going off, I think.
Yeah, I think it was going off because a part of I think you knew we were going to talk anyway. Natalie, wonderful. Natalie, are you coming here? Because if you are, you can come into the Zoom room as long as you got Zoom, and then you type in that number. Otherwise, I got to catch up and see what we have into the room. Natalie. You did it right, wherever you're at. Oh, Jackie says, thanks, Brenda. I know something stirred me Monday night. Oh, yes. Not sure about 4 nights ago. Okay, Natalie, or Jackie, I don't know if you're still here, but again, when something occurs, you may not have catched it until later. Okay, that's the funny thing about something that can, it's if you're not aware of it right away, it may have to have a buildup. Yes, keep pushing on the point and healing it. Oh, that's not good, Maria. Morning, LaRonda. We all want to see Amy better. We do. Okay, so I got to figure out, got to get back down. We're looking for Natalie. Oh, I haven't seen Natalie in a while. Where are you, dear? Okay, so hopefully you heard what I said, Jackie. It may hit, but you won't notice it until later. But be aware that that's very fresh. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. It does. It takes a lot of courage, Amber. I totally agree. It takes that vulnerability. But when you're willing to want to get information and you want to heal, you're worth it. Okay? Just remember that you're worth all of that. Just waiting for Natalie. Where did she go? Is she on the other phone? I just don't know it. No?
No, she's on the big screen.
Oh, there. Oh, you're in bed. She's giving me that space. Okay. So what did you want to talk about, sweetheart?
Okay, I've got the email.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Am I going to be okay financially since the split with my children's father? Will we be okay?
You did it. Okay, go ahead.
Upwork. Does my website get up and running soon?
Okay. Congratulations. You did a big move, sweetheart. Let's see what Spirit says for you. You got a lot of get up and go. There is a whole bunch of energy that's supporting you. Okay. Spirit says, you got this determination. You know that if you feel like it's not moving with the website, you stop and you say, what do I need to learn to make it happen like others do? And you just start bringing in that energy because I know you can. And they said that, yes, that's what I can see. They said you have to learn to keep the trust going because that is where when you feel like you're going to have that you don't trust, go heal, they said, because it's going to interrupt the flow. They said that you have to learn to breathe. And you have to begin to say, okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh, they're showing me make a list. So whatever it is your website's doing, say, I would like a certain amount of sales. Okay, so you put making it reasonable, smart. Okay, say, I would like to see one new customer. I'd like to see, you can put whatever numbers you want. I'd like to see so many, I don't know if you got a fan book page or not. So many likes, so many different ways. And if whatever you're selling, you might be able to do videos or something. They said, start looking a way to connect and to way, that you can make it personable. Okay. They said, just begin to become aware of that. But yes, they say, trust and breathe. They've gone a little further and they said that you have the gratitude you have received before. You have to tap in and just realize that, yes, I've received before. I know how to do this. And then when you begin to get that list going and you see it, you just feel, don't just think it, but feel it. And you get that energy and watch it go out. And then it's like a figure eight if you really wanted to. But just notice that it's going to come back to you in that particular fashion. They said you're pretty good with seeing signs, is what I see. I feel like you need to ask for a very specific help. I don't know if you're into goddesses or not, but they want you to call in Bridget so you don't back down, so you can stand up to what you believe in. So they want you to take and start to believe a little bit more, because when you begin to believe a little bit more, then you will start seeing results. You don't have to see it, then believe it. You will believe it and begin to see it. They said that just allowing yourself to, you have this nagging voice. Whose is it? Is it the ex? It's somebody. It's a nagging voice. They want you to kick that to the curb. Your heart, I don't know if you're being forced to. Ooh, it's a force energy. You can feel the expansion of energy from people. We haven't seen each other in a while, but do you remember how to do hope therapy? Because they said L1D and work on it that way. Now, I don't know what's happening, but they said that you're coming to the crossroads of right and wrong, meaning whatever you built up as this is the right way, this is the wrong way. You begin to judge yourself through an ego persona that says, this is only the right way to do it. And Spirit says, we kind of been having a door open to say there is another way that you can do with it. And it's part of that flow of business. And they said they want you to jump on the business flow that's always been going and not dictate how the business should go, but jump on and start seeing how the business goes. And then that should start to bring in more success. And if there's anything that she needs to clear out, connect, learn, you have to learn to expand the energy. Because a part of you, as I'm watching you walk, I feel like you got no energy leading you. It kind of feels like the wind's blowing you and you're walking against the wind. And it's like, okay, I can do this. You need to feel it coming with you. You need to feel that flow. And they said that the reason it looks like that is because all your energy, you won't expand it in front of you. And so I can see your energy behind you, but it's not here supporting you in the front. Okay. They said that you gotta not be petrified. And I asked, do you want her to heal that out? No, she needs to transform how she talks to herself. Wow. I'm not sure if you're into listening to headphones. Like if you're just about ready to wake up, take that first thing in the morning. And if you can put some positive words in your ears to guide you, you will actually begin to train yourself in a way that actually will start your day. Because they said just before you're like fully, okay, this is where I'm at in my own bedroom. This is what's happening. There's out of the 24-hour clock, our circadian rhythms, your body wants to kick in between how early? Between 5 to 7 in the morning. There was something that occurred a while back. I see age 7 and age 18. And so something will kick in. What's it about? It's about rejection. Okay. And what happens is that when that meridian kicks in, which is the large intestine, some thoughts that you may have out of the 41 thoughts per minute, because your mind is in the twilight, you may not begin to aware that it's setting up your day. And they said, we would like you to try to set up your day in a more positive way. And they want you to be able to bring forward eventually through time what those thoughts are. And if you're not sure what they sound like, you may even hear them between 7 and 9 at night. Okay. Okay. What else would that be for so you're talking kidney. So then there's a certain amount of impending doom going on with that. So, rejection, impending doom. So they said, I see a pattern. Oh, I see a pattern. So if you're looking at a pattern, remember, you can break the pattern. You can do this, Natalie. You can do this. Okay, so what's going on, Miss Ames? You okay? All right, we'll give you a second. Do we have any more emails? If yes, if you want to wait a second, I can.
Lenny.
Okay.
Anything.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Lenore. They're having me go to the energies in your body. And they said that the earth element seems to not be getting fed by the mother of the fire. So fire is meant to help feed and support and generate the wood. And the energy is not really having an exchange. I'm asking, is there a rebel? Is there deprived? What's going on? And they said, well, it's about the small intestine that's going on inside of you. And you feel like somebody has checked out. So in your life, do you feel like a mother figure has checked out? That's not really giving that energy back. Well, then what's this got to do with it? Because of the liver meridian. Liver meridian's not feeding. Well, what's going on with your liver meridian? Somebody is making something to make feel like shit. Somebody's checking out, and you actually feel that disconnect. So you're actually watching this happen, and it is affecting you. It is affecting you. Because you've hit the awkward feeling. That's what they want you to be aware of. So it's not about healing the awkward as much as begin to notice how your body is kind of resonating with stuff that's happening. And that's what's going on in the body. Okay? All right. So if there's anybody else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. You guys have been great. Now, if there's anybody that wants a quick read before I go, or if you want a page, you know how to pay. Just double checking on here. But you don't have to be alone in what you do. Now, Amy's going to end up. You're welcome. Yes, I'm open for helping you, Natalie, to do the longer session when you're ready, but I'm very proud of you for achieving what you have. It's a big step, dear. It's a very big step. A very big one. All right. Anybody else that would like a 1-minute read? I am looking at the screens right now just to make sure. Asha. Yes. Okay. We're going to jump in. Yes, you can do that, Jackie. Yeah, as soon as it comes through. Asha, we will take in you, and it says, where's my cards? Holy crap, where'd my cards go? I'm looking for very specific cards for Asha.
They're in another dimension.
I know it. I did it again, didn't I? I swear to God, they're right here. No, you're not them. Don't try to pretend you are. Okay, Asha. I got the relationship deck. Ooh, here we go, Asha. Step 1. Very soon, it says clearly decide what you want. They said start to put it in your focus, your GPS. What do you want? And they said, notice that you have to learn how to engage with these steps of how to get what you want. And they said that part of you has to learn how to release and heal the past in order to be in that present moment, allowing yourself to say, you know what? Yeah, I did something stupid. Don't call yourself stupid. Say, that was a stepping stone. That's a lesson to learn. Okay, yeah, I will go on from there. And then it says, let go of control issues. And it is only when you get in that high beta ego, you're like, it's got to be a certain way. They said, if you begin to just let it go and stop doing it's got to be a certain way and be open to ideas, you might have more success at whatever is your adventure that you want to happen. And they says, and then you have to start addressing that you feel safer if you pick somebody that can't love you back. I know that sounds strange, but I will just answer it before I go any further. Unrequited love is that there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. That can be for anything with your business. That could be if you feel that it's business or relationship or whatever it is. If you don't feel that strong connection, you may want to change something out if it is in business, or if it's in a person, understand you feel safer and that you don't have to feel that love back until you try to put yourself in a position where, okay, I don't really want, and I know this sounds strange, but you don't want to be discouraged. So it's just easier if you stand over here. And it's the same for if you're doing a business or in a relationship. That one can go either way. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So we're just going to wait for her if she wants to do it. We'll go from there. Now I understand they were hiding behind the goddess cards. You sneaky little things, aren't you? All right. Yeah, I do a lot of private readings. Someone booked me for 5 hours today. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. It was good too. It was a great session. Yeah, now it's free healing tools too. So if you really want to be that type of person that empowers themselves, that feels like, you know what, I'm not quite ready to really look and heal my shit. You know, they're not flaws. You know, it's looking at the pain, and it's looking and we got to get you to stop looking through the ego pain, but looking in your spirit and allowing yourself to have that innate healing. But Medicine Woman Solution. See what it says right there? Medicine Woman Solution. Then you hit .weebly, WEBLY.com. And then you just type in healing tools, and then you'll see this whole list of different things. Some people feel so upset, like they get in a fight or somebody just, you know, backed him in the corner and says, oh, you got to behave this way. And a lot of times we will dump our energies on the floor. Little kids do it all the time. I always, you know, I used to just say, hey, let's pick up your colors now. And they could feel like they wanted to be sad. I go, oh, what color is your sadness? And they'll tell me blue or something. And I'll say, okay, let's pick this up and dust it off and put it back in. And the simple healing of picking yourself up the floor, that's the name of the healing tool, can really make a difference in your world, especially when you feel like you can't really go anywhere, if that makes any sense. Or we're doing really good. Let me check in the other rooms. All right, anybody in the, nope, I think we're good there. And let's see. Asha says it makes sense. I'm working through past trauma to heal me with the help of the 12-step program. Oh, well, let me explain, Sweet Pea. Okay, one of the things I love helping people do is understand why you would have to have addictions, why you would have to have a coping tool in the first place, because the coping tool you're using is not the problem. That's the solution to a problem. If I asked directly, why would you need to be in that program? And they said that oh, shit. Sorry, at 2 years old, I just had felt like it was impending doom. And you have not been able to shake that. They said another time something happened similar to that was when you were 18. Okay. So understand, these are emotions that make chemical peptides. And if your body has anxiety, or if your head doesn't know what to do with it, the emotions will creep up. Even if you're not thinking about it, life's going good, and emotion will creep up. And a tear will start leaking, or emotion will creep up and you're like, oh my God, I got to keep busy. But what happens is that your body is telling you that we already know that this is the program and it's time to go off. It's 2:00. You got to feel this way, be this way, because you haven't been able to resolve it. Your soul is saying, let's heal it. And what does that thing do? It gives you completeness, a hug, it becomes your best friend. And it doesn't make any sense to why it's hard for you to shake it, or why it's this and that. Okay. But if you can heal some of this pain, and some of it is, they said, is that you know what the feeling of impending doom is. If we were to just tell you that if you could tap it out, like when you go to bed at night, just placing your hand on your forehead, and your mind does 41 thoughts per minute, regardless if you participate. You can shut it off. You can ignore it all you want, but it makes tracks, fires and wires. This here, when the blood comes back up, because this is your electromagnetic being and your blood is electromagnetic, the blood comes up and you're holding. What happens is that it slushes and it cleans and it allows these thoughts, these chemical peptides to start to be resolved out, and the blood starts to, and that frontal lobe that creates reality takes it a next step further and goes, oh yeah, and it starts making a calming. And the neurovasculars actually begin to start making a calming. It calms the thoughts. It takes the body and calms the body, and the thoughts that get created because the body is not knowing how to resolve it begins to get calmed down. You can do so much. You can do so much, and I'm proud of you just even going to the 12-step. But you can do so much more to empower yourself and to strengthen yourself, so you don't have to see those demons. You can resolve the shit out. You can do this. Okay, so I'm going to double check to make sure and see if she's still around. If yes, she did. Now, Jackie, if you want to, what are we healing? Are you coming on the show? Is that what you said? I forgot what she said. I will wait until she pops on. That's what I'll do. And if she pops on, we'll be good. Now, I'm going to... Okay, Asha says, okay, thank you. I'm working to heal me so I can help others too. Yes. You know what? And let me tell you, when you can get those chemical peptides to stop firing, and you get that part of your body that says, oh my gosh, for the first time, I've resolved out. I'm able to not just have a pacifier or, you know, or cope or manage and deal. You resolve that program that just keeps booming off, and you start resolving it out. It makes a major difference. I mean, shoot, Amy, what do I mean by that?
It's amazing what hope therapy can do. You are going crazy.
All right, you're online. I can see you, babe. There are a lot of times her body will begin to hurt. A lot of times she'll start crying and losing her shit. And she says, I don't know what's going on. And I'll say, use a tool, and I'll give her one. That's hope therapy. That's the fastest one. And then you take it from there.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's gone.
You get clarity. And when it does start to dissipate down to the point where the feeling and everything else driving you nuts starts to disappear and it's gone, I always like to say, do you want it back?
Oh, hell no.
Because you're beginning to know the difference. And then when you begin to witness the difference, that's when your healing stays longer, and you don't have to always feel like you're taking and pushing that rock up the hill. And Amy has done a lot of work. Now she's starting to get to her deeper stuff. I mean, she would have pain and everything else, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, that was related to that. I said, yeah, the pain is related to a story. Your body's talking to you all the time. While we're waiting for, thank you, Amy. While we're waiting for Jackie to tell me what's going on, I'm going to take Laura and do a 1-minute read. Interesting. They said self-love. What about self-love? It's hard to have self-love because people wound your pride. Oh, well, isn't that a little selfish? You know, it's like you're hanging with the wrong people. Self-love, there's nothing wrong with it. The old backwards thinking throughout history was, you shouldn't be doing that. You got to give a service to everybody. You're supposed to ignore yourself. When you're on an airplane, you got to put that oxygen mask on first. And that's the same thing in life. You will not be able to help anybody else if you don't. And when you go into self-love, you need to show yourself you believe in yourself. Because when you don't do that, you're not going to see anybody else believe in you either. And if you keep attracting those nasty people, guess what? You're not going to get out of it. So give yourself that self-love. Allow yourself to and if you have the friends that don't get you, then get better friends. Get the family. Sometimes you have to lose your family and friends. And I've lost some family. I've lost some friends. But the universe, when I begin to heal, actually moves them out of my life. There's really no hard work in it all. Was it hard work for you to get rid of people?
No, it was like they just kind of fell away.
Could you ever imagine your life without them?
No.
So they had to be in your life. But then all of a sudden you began to wake up and see that you were worth more than that type of thinking.
Right.
And then all of a sudden Spirit says, okay, let's just line you up with your worth. Okay. So I don't know if she's having problems or Miss Jackie. Didn't she say she wanted to? She goes, I will jump on. Yes, that's what she said. Asha says, no way do I want that stuff back. I want goodness and love and light in my life. Good going. You go. You do it. Again, if you can't do it alone, that's why I do private reads. That's my main job, is to help people. But yet I know you can do this. I know you guys can eventually do it. I had to do it alone for many years, but I would like to let you know you don't have to do it alone. There is people out there that are waking up just like you. Yeah, you just like Betty said, some will fall away and you don't even realize it. All of a sudden, months will go by and you're like, oh my God, where'd they go?
Exactly.
Yeah, and the universe is very beautiful because it's always trying to give to you. But if you keep trying to reject it, you're not going to see the goodness. And then when you finally begin to wake up and the goodness starts to come to you, you can actually stay aligned with it. Literally can stay aligned with it. All right, I need to see if I do not see Miss Jackie anywhere. So I look at this one room and it looks done. I'm just going to say goodbye and then hang up on that one. I'll leave this one open a little bit longer. And the lighting sucks no matter what I do in here. Set up the studio. Oh, that's me. Hold on, I got to share. Be quiet. Be quiet, Brenda. Laura, thank you so much. I actually recently stopped talking to two of my aunties who were toxic, and I feel so much better. Good. I'm not telling you to get rid of people. What I'm telling you, though, is that you have a choice. You have a voice. And if you're waking up and people don't get you, it doesn't mean you have to change yourself. You don't have to shrink yourself. You don't have to become nothing so they can have their light shine. Now, there are times that people need to have their light shine. And yes, it's great when you can be there and help them. But why should you have to diminish yourself and for others to do so? What do you think about that, Aim? I caught her off guard. Spirit loves to do that to you, Amy. But she knows what it's like. People have diminished her light all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But she didn't even know it was really, she knew it, but she didn't know it. And now she's learning that, wait a minute, I really don't have to.
Yeah, and I'm also learning to protect myself before certain people show up at my door.
Oh, very good, very good. That would be good for Laura. Well, all of you wonderful people. And many of you people have already heard me say this before, but if you go on that website, look, medicinewomansolution.weebly.com, you can go on that website and you look for under healing tools, Celtic weave, connecting heaven and earth, and the hookup. Those three very specifically, and do a Wayne Cook. There's a fourth one. You do those 4 exercises and you're going to, especially if you become feeling like you are that other person. Okay. Oh, that was for, I bet she's gone already. Oh, who was it? It was somebody I was talking to early. Catherine, I think it was. If Catherine's still there, that's a good one too for her. Because if you do those exercises, because figure 8s are actually in our field. And if you do those exercises, energy medicine exercises, you literally are kicking out other people's energies and you start to remove the toxins. You become more you, because Amy will flip into her husband And she'll like, why is my attitude like this? Why is this happening to me? And I'll say, oh, looky, honey, you need to go do your exercises because you're not Amy right now. And so then she goes, I'm Amy, I'm Amy, I'm Amy. So she has to say her name 3 times. She has to then kick everything out. She zips herself up. There I am. It's like, I feel better. A lot of times she won't even realize she's doing it. Hello,
But
Bling Bling. What's that?
I'm off now.
I didn't hear you. What?
I'm catching myself a lot.
Good.
Now.
Good, because you're not waiting until afterwards to have it. Okay, so I'm going to give this 1 minute read to Bling Bling, but I can't read my eyes. You're going to have to read what Laura said, but after I do this 1 minute read, okay? I cannot see what that says. Bling Bling says, will I meet my future husband soon? Now, sometimes we have pressing thoughts.
Accidentally rewinded.
What? Anyway, and I'm going to give this read now, Aim. Ready? Oh, interestingly enough, you are going to meet this person. You have to be very clearly decide what you want. And this is what I'm hearing is that you already know what you want. And I'm not hearing that you want, it's not about the guy. Because does she want the guy? Yes. Is she in alignment to have the door open? Yes. And is she ready? She says, Spirit says that eradicated behavior from certain people slows you down from really aligning yourself up to the one that is good for you. Because there's a part of you that feels like it's it just is like makes you want to stop, the pause, and keep that man at bay. So they're saying that they want you to heal out how you attract men into your life, because you haven't, when you see erratic behavior, you're used to that. Is that true? Bling Bling, are you used to people being erratic behavior? Because I know with the future husband you want to attract better, it says. And it says, but you can't attract better if you haven't resolved how that erratic behavior feels like. So I would have to say you need to heal that out, because it's very much of a habit that you start to see in people and you're not realizing that you're duplicating it. So Natalie says, now you can rewind. So I was. Oh, yes, you can. That is an interesting feature. I did notice that. So what did Laura say as we wait for Jackie? She says, yeah, it was my choice to stop talking to them and get rid of all the contact, just because all they were interested in was drama and bringing people down, including me, behind my back. That always gets me. Okay, it was for me the best realization that now. And that's the part that got me, is that people say they love you, and then they turn around and they tattle, they backstab, they hurt, I don't think they're aware of their nasty. Stop it, Amy's mom's here. I don't think that they're aware of that other side of their mouth. It's how they learned how to communicate, and this is how you have to make sure you don't lose your edge and you stay on top, and that's how you protect yourself. But I have run into people that say they love me, and yet they were talking to people behind my back and saying nasty stuff about how stupid I am and how I don't know what the F I'm doing, and they need to do it their way. And I can feel all of this. And people don't have to say, people have told me nothing, but I got proof of energy. And it's like, it's so hard, because it's like, and I know I have to heal something, because this I think reminds me of my sister. This reminds me of my family. And I got used to the fact, everybody's going to be mad. Everybody's going to be bitching about somebody in the family. So I got used to that. But I didn't heal it out. So in this life, when I'm around people, I can feel them. I'm like, what are they doing? Why do they say they love me? And is it just a mask? Are they aware that they're even doing that? The other side of their mouth and talking bad? Is it just something to say? You know what I mean? Ah, she's here. Awesome. Hi, darling. Oops. Let's get you better here. Fine. There. Got it. Hi, darling. Oh, let me get the mute. Let's see. Okay, talk now.
Can you hear me?
Yay! We hear you. Yes, yes. Wonderful. Okay. What would you like, my dear?
Whatever comes through. It seemed to be coming through pretty easily last time, so I'll just roll with it.
Yes. Okay, so let's do this. Do you have a panic? Or were you around somebody that was panicked? Well, I know I can feel your panic, but there's somebody that's trying to throw panic at you. Is that true? I keep hearing with words. What kind of conversations have you had lately?
Probably maybe around my mum. She keeps asking me if I'm all right. And that kind of panics me.
Right, I can see that. Was something said about your other part of your, another person that's not quite in your life? Was there any concerns that were brought up that made you think about stuff you didn't need to think about? Kind of make you go towards being more panicked? Do you know what I mean? Like if I had a conversation with you, I'd say, hey, you really shouldn't be mean to that person because they could come back and hurt you. Do you see what I'm saying? Did you have, was it underlining implied feeling from people? See,
sure.
Okay. I got to get the connection.
Blank.
Yeah, no. I need somebody to come over here because they're trying to show me that you have this underlining. It goes down here. This is panicked here. This happens down like just above the belly button. And, they said that you've moved into an indifferent state. So have you been overcoming what's been going on in your life? Have you been trying to overcome it?
Yeah, I'm not. I remember last time you said about hooking your boat up to
the wrong people.
Yeah, hooking my boat up to the to the car.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just doing what I want now.
Good. Okay. Now, did somebody have their fear about how you're like, I'm not wanting to do that? I feel like somebody left their fear with you.
I don't think so.
Okay. I
can't think of it.
All right. So Spirit, bring up something else then, if that's the case. Well, they said, is at a certain age? Ooh, 10 years old. 10 years old, you were something about petrified at 10 years old. Then they said you did a self-imposed limitations. You said, oh, I can't, I'm not going to act that way. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to trigger those people. So you kind of held back. Is that true? Have you had a situation before? Okay. Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay. They're saying they said the same self-imposed limitation has actually come up just recently, but you're not aware of it. Well, why'd you bring it up? No wonder she can't get connected. But they said it has to do with other people's worrying. So this is okay. Oh, right. You know what I'm talking about then.
Well, my mum is a constant worrier.
Okay. You've done pretty good at overcoming, meaning like kind of being indifferent to what she says, but there's some type of implied, does she talk in a certain way that sounds like she's trying to imply that you have to watch out for something? I mean, because she can say it just direct.
Oh, yeah.
But she's also got this other way about her to see if she can get you motivated to do something. You aware of that? It's an old pattern she's tried to just become aware. They're saying you may not be aware of the words, but just become aware that your body knows what she's saying, and it's not true. But you also know that you don't want to be pushed or motivated by that anymore. Okay? And but your body is saying it may not be up here, but I'm kind of not feeling good. So your body is asking. So have you had any issues recently? Any sickness? Anything at all?
Yeah, I've had a cough and a cold, but
I'm gonna ask. Go ahead.
I have been isolating myself a lot more and trying not to be around that constant worry and
Okay, so they said that your nerves are waiting for her to self-justify something. You know, does she do self-justification? You know, she has to justify why she has to act that way. Because when she does that, it kind of diminishes your character, so that you have to be more submissive or more whatever it is. Okay. They said that part of you is that you're beginning to wake up and saying, I'm done being an it. So good on you. Mm-hmm. But there's a trigger she does that kind of tries to pull you back into being the it. And you're like, I don't want to fall for it anymore. Your body is saying, you know, it can't yell and scream and say, shut up, woman. So your body is trying to release that. They said that the best thing for you would be to hold L1D, because your body says, here comes the judgment. Here it comes. Oh, it's supposed to be coming with the loving and worry, but it's kind of like backhand. You can see that it's just judgment. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think hold on. Part of your ear. Now, I was going to point to the other one, but this one seems to be aggravated. It says that you've learned to block that off. Wow, just made me dumbfounded. Hold on. It literally... Does she do things that makes you just feel... What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because my face wants to go blank. Why are we bringing that up? Oh, when you go to hold our L1D, make sure you bring that subject up too. Okay, that makes total sense. Yeah, it does. Okay. But you have to become aware that the habit, that's her habit. But notice how your habit is. And that's what they want you to break. So you're going to be holding that L1D. And if you're not sure what that is, just know when she's doing it, notice and be, maybe take a recorder, do something, but be fully aware of, here's my habit. And it could be shrinking, it could be tuning out. It could be barking, but you can't really talk. You know what I'm saying? There's a particular habit and your body says, I'd like to heal that out. So that's what the L1D is for. So
yeah, I've been speaking up a bit more lately where I wouldn't normally.
Yeah, the arrested development that's in you, they're saying heal past that and you should have more of a voice.
Yeah. And she's kind of going into she doesn't know how to take it.
Yeah, because how dare you show up differently than what I know? You're not my Jackie. That worries her. Okay, so you got this. You got a good point. Rewatch this over. Become very good at noticing that you're going into that habit, because every time you can start catching yourself, the more you can start holding L1D and pulling it out of your heart so that you don't have to go there every time. Okay?
Yeah. Can I ask, is it time for me to move?
I can ask that. Sure. You're Jackie. Of course.
Thank you.
Hey, you had a star deck? Did you buy a star deck? A deck of cards that have to do with stars or star seeds or something?
Yeah, remember I sent you a picture.
Oh, that's right. Okay, they said that now you're supposed to pull two cards, and after I show you this, because you said your question was, do I move? And it says within the next few months. Now,
okay.
They want you to pull two cards from that deck. Do you want her to use any other deck? No, because then you'll feel guided from there. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah. Okay. You go do that. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. When you leave there, take your energy with you. Don't leave nothing behind. Make sure it's closed. Gather your energy and take it with you. Do you have to take your child's energy too when you leave there?
Mhm.
Okay. So make sure you gather all of it.
How do I do that?
You call it to you. You're the mother for one. Okay. So when you're getting ready to move and you put everything in the car, you can say, okay, thank you, space, for being here with me and for providing a home. And I call all of my spirit and my energy back to me. So remember, you stubbed your toe over there, you screamed in the kitchen, whatever it is, you just call that back. You can see it through color. You can see it through pictures. Make sure you use your purple heart with dancing violet flames and just start calling it back. And you say, okay, now I call on my child's energy back to him too. Okay. And you can then just call it back and do the same thing. And when you feel it, because it'll feel like fresh cleaning, it'll feel like it's empty. It feels like there's closure. And then you're like, oh, I'm done. And then you leave. Okay. Now, if you had any animals with there, then you do the same thing with that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure if one's coming or not.
Oh, well, then if it's not coming, then don't.
Can I ask one more question? It's just
All
come
right,
up.
one more, but don't you guys get any ideas? Huh?
Sorry. Can you tell me about a percentage in court of what I should go for with custody? Because
sure, we'll see if they can, because again, I'm going to look at the variables above your head. Now, what's interesting is that he would rather have it all. You are moving into a space where you're getting more of the energies to support you. I know that you would like to. Would you be bold enough to ask for more than 50%?
He's only asking for 2 days a week.
Okay, so that's because I hear you can ask for 70%. And I don't know what that means, but if he's only asking for 2, then that would make sense. Start it off with that. He'll probably screw up. You can then ask for the rest.
That's what I was thinking was going to happen.
But you got to let him fall.
Okay, yeah, that's my plan.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Spirit. Please take care of her. She's a good one. Okay.
Thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. I got to figure out how to get out. There we go. I got it. Okay. Hey, there's with Amy with her unicorn cup. Okay.
Hot chocolate.
Oh, I miss hot chocolate. So we have is that see, I don't even know if anybody's still there. There's a Laura, Candy Doll Goddess Laura.
Mm-hmm.
If she's present, say I'm here. Asha says, I just want to let you know, when you said I had something happen in 2 years old and 18, I did. At 2, I had a dog savage me. Oh gosh. And when my dad should have been watching me, and at 18 I was in a car accident, but that should have killed me. Oh my gosh. You were so spot on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Do you need to recall your energy for that? From the car accident, you need to recall your energy. Yes. If you were just listening to how I said it with Jackie, you need to call that back. And for the dog, I would say you need to call it back too, because I keep seeing wherever it was, I just keep seeing, the 2-year-old. I don't know if you're wearing diapers or not, but I just see that you look like you're frozen in time. So you call yourself back, go inside, do the inner child work, and just allow yourself to go and rescue her. Go do some inner child work. Go rescue her. First, look at her and see if she's scared. And if so, go be the mother. Go rescue her. And if you feel like you need a male presence, fine. Show up as the male self. Go rescue her. You can do this. You can do this. Okay, so it looks like they left or something, because see, that's why I don't look at when people beg. Did anybody email? Are there any more emails?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to double check. You got one more time. If you want something, you start saying now. I will quickly do it, and then if we're done, then I will begin to say goodnight. And remember, I'll be here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. South Australian time. You have to look at your own clock and know what that is, because I've been on for how long, Ames? 2 hours? No, I can't see it.
An hour and 42 minutes.
Okay, that's how long I've been on. So go back an hour and 42 minutes. You look at your time, you know that's when I will be available next Tuesday, or your Tuesday morning. It depends on where you're at. I don't know where you're from. That's the thing, because some people can be from all over the world. Makes a big difference. So, all right. So Candy's not here, but Lemon Zest. Lemon Zest. Did you want a reading? Amber, send an email. Did you get it? Hannah, okay. If you haven't got it, don't worry. I'm gonna. No, that's the wrong deck. Hannah.
Request. That's Miss Ronnie.
So she just said a general, and then you have Hannah. Okay, let me get this real quick. Lemon Zest. If you say yes, then you can get one too. So I'll go over here. Amber. Here we go. So you're supposed to choose a direction, Amber, because they're saying that when you begin to choose a direction, okay, you're going to start getting yourself out of indecisiveness. And as you begin to choose a direction, just set it. Because you've been getting intuitive nudges, and these intuitive nudges is telling you. And then when you start stepping in that direction, if you feel like, no, then just heal some pain out. Otherwise, nature's got your back, which means there's a time for you to just go out, absorb that nature, and it is about moving into the direction that you need, and just start paying attention. And the more that you begin to forgive yourself for saying, I got it wrong. No, I want you to get all the hits, hits and misses. Focus on the hits. I got this right. I can feel it. You're building a muscle, Amber. And when you begin to do that, you'll be able to balance yourself, and you'll be able to create many, many, many opportunities for yourself. Okay. I love when they use many decks, but it doesn't help when you don't know where all the cards are supposed to go. Go over to Lemon Zest, and then over to Hannah. Lemon Zest. And who?
Miranda.
Oh, I didn't see her. Okay, yes. So hold on. Okay, I'll do Lemon Zest. No, I don't know who came first now. I'm confusing. I don't want anybody to feel like they're... all right. I love Miranda. I just heard her. I know you'll get to me. I can hear. Lemon Zest. That's not who I want. Lemon Zest says, what's coming up with my love life? Okay. You already met somebody that's you kind of romantically you seek. You met somebody that has got some familiarities, and they're saying follow that. They said, because what happens is you're like, oh yeah, that would be like, he could be the one. But what happens is that you kind of don't stay optimistic, because your pattern of your past, especially when something happened at 4 and the other time was at 19, there's a part of you that says that the guilt from that comes in and starts pushing the energy. And then it causes you to do what with the relationship? It causes you to go into a childlike state. It makes you become a 3-year-old. And one of the things that you do is that you pull away, and you can feel yourself feeling there's injustice. So basically your body is trying to call in somebody to help you resolve something about justice. Okay. All right. Now we'll go over to Hannah. Okay, Hannah. Ooh, welcome the new. I feel like I've given her a reading already. That's odd. How odd is that? So, welcome the new, because they said that you are not meant to just be giving parental care, being into that state of giving your all to losing yourself, because they said the part of is that you're not meant to lose yourself. They said that Okay, they said that you have been doing your best to heal family issues, which is good, but part of it is that notice how what? Notice how you panic if you don't show up like they want, if that makes any sense. Because if you show up as they want, okay, there's a lot of factors into play, like religious factors, implied factors, and you don't even realize that you're cued into being that. They're saying that you can move out of that, sweetheart Hannah. LaRonda, and then over to Kaya, I can't say it. Bokra, Kayanta Bokra. We'll get to that. But anyways, LaRonda. Oh, ooh. Yeah, okay, fine. Let me get the deck. Where's it at? You got the deck? No. What do you mean no? Oh, you want this deck for LaRonda? Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, so you get the spirit wheel deck. LaRonda playing with her gifts. Check her out. It says cleaning, spiritual path of the north, releasing burdens, detoxifying energy flow. Okay, so if I were to look at how there is a part of releasing the burden, and it's about, they say you have some envy to release, some envy. And if you're not sure, go watch the movie Envy. There's something that once you remove that, your breakthrough for inner vision of truth starts to become more clear, because your higher self will begin to actually show you a little bit more of, you're right on the money. And you'll be able to show yourself a little bit more to people. Isn't that grand? That's awesome, LaRonda. You're ready. So now I go over to Kayanat. Okay, let me get the cards, the other cards for that. Oh, I did it again, Amy. Oh, here they are. What direction does Veli want to do with our connection? What direction? Can you answer that? Well, the first direction is that they don't want to be separated. They don't want that separation. And I said, well, what else? And they said that it is allowing yourself to begin to think more romantically, but there's a stubbornness. I don't know who's got the stubbornness going on, but there is an actual seeing. Can't see who it is, but what I'm seeing is there's an expectation, and I'm going to see if there's a pass and fail. When you hold that, if you're looking for proof for failure, you're going to see it. And if you don't see it right away, you're going to end up trying to prove that to yourself later. And as far as the connection, sometimes there's a lack of emotions to create a full connection the way you want. But if you begin to allow yourself to stay away from those, heal that out, change the energy and the thinking process, you could, with that relationship, do what? You could allow yourself to move in the direction of the life that you want and make it your choice. You get to design it a little bit more. Oh, yes, I'm scared to express my feelings. Yes, that's exactly. What exactly? Michelle says, what does Mike want to say to me? Well, first of all, if you're saying that this mic is gone, okay. Well, first of all, you can heal that. You got healing tools. I got healing tools galore. You can make an appointment with me. You don't have to let your emotions or your fear or unresolved issues control your life. Now, Michelle, is this mic past? Mike is here in the physical. Gotcha. So that means I'm going to have to ask and look in the mirror. The thing is what does he want to say to me? So he's got this thing that you feel like he's holding back, because see, this is a tricky one, because there's a part of how your filters would see it versus what is really being said. And if I look at this particular thing, it says that there is chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction. there is this, can you express the love? Can they express their love? And it's about passion. It's about connecting more than just on that chemistry level, but speaking. And I'm looking to say, well, what do you mean? And they said that, do you think that? Do you have this belief about yourself that you're not worth the wait, or you're not worth waiting for? Divine timing is at work here, which means that if it's not lining up just yet, it's going to. So if you feel discouraged, just wait. Or if you feel like you've been waiting forever, then I would suggest you heal a particular thing out. That's what I feel. Okay. If there's anybody else that's in either of the rooms want a read, you let me know.
Oh, we didn't do Betty.
Oh, I'm sorry, Betty. Oh, what's she doing hiding herself?
I don't know.
Oh, Michelle says, I've been thinking that. I've been trying to get out of that mindset. Okay. Well, again, healing tools will help you get out of it. Ego, anything you create an ego, you can't get out of an ego. You have to actually literally use a resolving tool to get there. Ooh, Betty. Oh, they said, do you like your laptop? La, 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 la. What are we looking for? Look down to my right. Look down to my right. No, this one? Yes. Well, we're going to go back to the old deck. All right, we can do that. We have an energy deck. Ooh, we haven't used it in like ages. Ooh, something good. I can feel it, Miss Betty. So there's some appreciation going on. And they said you've opened your heart. You've allowed more appreciation. You've actually changed your language. And they said that, but the more you do that, you're starting to find hidden anxieties that you didn't even know was there. Okay, so remember, we want to get rid of those. And then you're going to start pulling up happy family, whether that's in the past or whether that is now. They said there's a feeling of a happy family. And it's like as soon as you want to get appreciation for that, what age? Your 23-year-old self will pop its little head up. Well, what does your 23-year-old little self want to say? Well, goodness gracious, let's find out. You're waiting for the criticism. You're just waiting for the boom. Is that true? Okay, they said, woo, they're waiting for that. All right, I would do L1S. Left wrist, first position, soft. Oh, well, good Lord. Let's knock all these on the floor. We have a Stella. How does Lenny feel about me? A lot of love connections going on. Where are you guys from from YouTube land? I'm curious now. So.
I think in Minnesota.
You're from Minnesota. You're thinking they're all from Minnesota?
I live in a snow bank right now.
Oh. All right, here we go. So, New York. She's from New York. Ooh, is the temperature warming up there? Or is it still cold? I'm just curious. Okay, anyway. I'm from Michigan and I live here in South Australia. So, what does he think about me? Your love life is being affected by children. So, it's either there's children involved itself, or there is something that happens towards yourself that your 2-year-old inside is feeling. And the 2-year-old inside is feeling very petrified about the whole deal, because one of the things I heard is love lost. Did you lose somebody? And did you lose somebody or something? Because they said that because you felt that it's bringing up false flags, meaning pay attention to red flags, but they're false flags. And the reason you have to pay attention to it is because you're seeing a particular pattern. There's something your 2-year-old had felt and saw. And what happens is all of a sudden it's like, I can't open that heart. So then all of a sudden you know you deserve love. You've grown into that, but it's like, oh my God. And then it's like, free yourself of that so you can feel the love. So if she freed herself of that, then what would that particular relationship between them? It'd be safe to love again. So you have something in very particular that's actually stopping you from having that particular love. Okay. So anybody here, now remember, like, share. If you like, I'm on Facebook. If you want to see the fan page, go do that. That way you can see when I'm going to be able to do things. If you like what I've done, give me a recommendation. That would be wonderful. But I've tried to do my best to be here at 9 p.m. my time, which whatever your time is, go back 2 hours. 2 hours and 10 minutes or 2 hours, whatever. And you'll see when I'm going to be here again for you. Otherwise, I do a show on my Monday, but you can read it on my fan page. I try to put up a time bulletin. And then the other time would be Thursdays. So that'd be Wednesday for most people. Carmen. I have a Carmen in my life. Carmen Glow. If you know, if you want a reading, just say so before I go, and then tell me what you want. We have Shiva. Shavina. Hi. Did you want a reading, darling? And anybody email us? Any of that stuff? Anything? Do I have to become aware of anything out there?
No more email.
All right. We're going to just double check. Make sure nobody's paid. You can come on to the show. You can pay $6 for 11 minutes. And you can actually be in the video. You can do a healing. You get your money's worth because you are, you're getting to talk with me without having time lapses. Those time lapses can be really sucky. Will reach out so we can have that convo. No, that's just an energy shift. That's not a no. That's just me realigning up to the window. You are worth waiting for. What's going on? There seems to be a separation of the energy fields going on at this point, and it's hard to come into that relationship or have that flirtiness because you both are looking for this recovery point. It's like sometimes people just figured, okay, if I just ignore it, we'll get the recovery point. But you're taking that level. I know you're willing to take that level to the next. It's like, how do you want to put this? When a person, when you're with your mate and you let's say you can never fart in front of them, all of a sudden you do, and you laugh about it instead of die. It can take that relationship to a whole new level. It's taking that bigger vulnerability step. So it's hanging in the air, and it's like just having to be a little bit more patient. So is it coming? Yes, it is. But there's a roundabout way of doing it because there's some type of pain that somebody has got to wait for it to melt down on. Had I done a reading for Laura or didn't I? Susan, are you present? Shivana, did you guys want a card?
Yes, I believe you did.
Okay. I do private readings. If you guys want it, you can have it. If you want to do a particular reading now, you can take the next step. At 6 minutes for 11, you can come to the Zoom room, or you can do it back and forth like this, but you have time delays. So, again, I don't see anybody else. So again, if you like this, remember to subscribe. Come over to Facebook if that's what you want. Oh, Susan says yes. All right, Susan. All right. Is anything particular? Okay. No.
Please.
We're going to give you a 1 minute regardless. And that 1 minute never just gives you one card. Okay, Susan. You're stuck in a strategy. And we have a strategy for everything in life, but there's a stuck in a strategy that says, in order to have a goal about something, you have to begin to do something and to get there. So if you want happiness, there's a party that has to be, I have to go through a certain amount of hell. Okay. There's a strategy. They say you keep repeating something and you can't seem to break that loop. And I says, well, kind of give her some guidance of what that even looks like. And they said, it's about carrying connections. There's some type of carrying connection that ends up interfering with you getting out of that loop. And there are certain actions that is required at this moment to say, you know what? And you say no, nothing, no, anything. Okay, so it's about wanting a happy family. So pay attention that you want something. There's a strategy that we do to get there. And if you feel like you're banging your head against the wall, that you need to just stop, say, I'm going to do something different. And you're going to reach in and do something actually different. Candy, I did give you a reading. You got one shot. Give me one. You get to have one question. Otherwise, we'll go there. I'll let you have it. Just one shot. We did give you a read. I don't know how long ago it was. We'll just wait for her to come through. Teresa. Oops. So if you're still there, Candy, ask away. Teresa, you have some religious factors. Something that's come up. This is that there's influenced, whether it's spiritual, religious, some type of influence. It's like, oh, I can't have sex until I'm married type feeling. Or, oh, I can't do this because of that. Oh, I'm going to hell if I, they said there's some type of religious factor that affects the relationship to, as in flirting. Whether you have a belief system that I can't really flirt, or I have to wait for somebody else to flirt. You have to look at it, because what happens is that the kind of relationship that seems to happen is it's called a codependency. And you seem to be attract people that have some type of issue. And you need to sit down and have a heart-to-heart with some people, maybe even with you just yourself, because there's a part of you that feels very drawn to those people. And what it is that your child part of you is saying, I'm drawn to people that as well as myself, that I need to feel like I can be whole again. And so you draw somebody in that has that same kind of storyline. Oh, look, we have in common. And it may not be quite healthy. Okay, hold on. Okay, so hold on, Candy. All right. So do you? It says you have first, before you can ever go there, you're going to have to release your baggage of the. There's something that your ex. You had an ex in your life, and they're saying that you're holding on to something that was said, and you felt like maybe you didn't have the control. Like there was a lack of control. And they said because of that felt like a lack of control, it can interfere with what you are trying to see. And so then what happens is, because of that particular ex, you feel what's love could actually be unrequited love. It makes you feel very dizzy in what you're thinking. And so it's like, okay, well, if I give this all, are they giving it all? Or if they just telling me what I want to hear so they can get what they want? And if that's the case, then it's about looking at attraction. And they said that you're used to having that pattern in the past. That's what causes that attraction. And I'm going to ask directly to the question that you said. And your heart is so scared that might be true, that it was going to blind you from really receiving. But at the same time, you're waking up. And you're kind of fully aware that you don't need to fall for that kind of talk anymore. And they're saying that's good. But there's a part of you that feels like you need to give up on your expectations. Don't abandon yourself. If you feel like you want to say no, say no. Don't get convinced, and don't abandon yourself. You need yourself right now, Candy. You need yourself right now. And you need to grow from that last experience, that if they really wanted you, you're worth the wait. Teresa says, true. Thank you very much. Okay. And I believe that's it. Yes?
Yeah.
You guys are great. Thank you. Hopefully you'll be back next time. And like I said, I can't really know how to advertise it on YouTube. I have not figured that out, but I do it on my fan page, so people know that I come. I'm here. I'm making it every Tuesday, my time, which could probably be your Tuesday morning, right? I don't know, something like that.
Really Tuesday morning here in the States.
Okay, that's the States. But see, I don't know where y'all come from. Oh, Kayla. Hi, do you see my partner, Renee, family pregnant anytime soon? We lost our little boy in September. Okay, so this is going to be energetically, the body is not recovered from that particular moment. It can fertile happen. There's a lot of stress. So the body is like, so there's a lot of stress, a lot of things that's going on, and there's a lot of dread. The body is having dread. So I think you're going to need to take some time and just let time happen. If time occurs, then yes, there is the energy field. I know that somebody wants it. You just have to breathe, relax. And usually when the mind and the body, now you can help out the body. You can have them just do like the oh my God points. You can have them do any of the heal tool, because the loss of a child, it's mending the heart. Okay. Do cord switching with and say goodbye, however you want to do it. There's so many tools. Pick herself off the floor is a healing tool, because it was just devastating from what I can feel. And healing the heart so that she can feel her body is like going, it's okay. It's simple healing tool. Okay. And when I say cord switching to the fear, you can actually break up with fear. And you can, look under medicinewomansolution.weebly.com, look under healing tools and look at some of them, because there's some like EFT can help, because I feel like the body wants to go into a panic attack. If that's the case, then if she begins to feel that, she can go and go, oh my gosh, even though my body is feeling this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can literally begin to use a tool to help the body. Okay, we can breathe again. We can do it again. Okay. I know you moved, Candy. I know you moved on, but I'm saying that if you have not resolved the emotional shit that was there, he did me wrong, and you feel like you haven't moved that past that, then you're going to want to guard yourself so that doesn't happen again. Okay, so what I do is I help people see and to heal certain things. If you can't quite get it, then you may have to get another psychic to give you what you're looking for, because I'm only giving you what your soul is saying, and that's why I said don't abandon yourself. Stand up for what you believe in. If you feel that you got to do it, then you do it. If you feel like you're afraid that you're going to get done wrong, understand, because of that past experiences, you're going to have to collect proof, because we keep creating certain lessons to keep repeating itself. I wish you well. Okay. It's 2, a bunch of twos that I just saw. All right. We're all good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, and I appreciate it. And remember, resolve to evolve, heal instead of deal, and you can always heal that. You have got to decide.